Researching here, and I'm going to do the analysis on the Pokemon Direct. As you've seen if you've watched the video, they had a lot of information there. A lot of it was retrospective, but there's some pretty big surprises too towards the end, and that's where I'm going to start with. So starting with the 2016 announcement, and I just missed what I wanted to point out. Let's try that again. There we go. We've got a brand new Pokemon Center. I don't believe we've had that design before. In fact, it looks like it might be both a Pokemon Center and a stadium. So my guess is this is the one for the capital, and that this will be for standard cities. However, it's also possible that this is actually just showing the modeling. In fact, now that I look at it, that's exactly what it is. So this is the base model. They add the doors on the front here, which you can see here, and then they add the Pokeball up at the top. So yeah, I don't think we've had a Pokemon Center that looks quite like this before. We've had similar, but I believe this is brand new. Next up, vehicles. We've seen a couple of vehicles before, but not often. We've got a Jeep up here that apparently has different colors. So we might be seeing a whole lot more of stuff like this. It looks like it might be the base model for this little car down here, which is some kind of emergency vehicle. I can't quite tell what kind. My guess is a fire vehicle, but I can't tell for sure. Then we have an ambulance, which looks really cool. So it looks like the back of the ambulance is a big Pokeball, and then got the front here. This is probably what it looks like. Back looks like closed. Yeah. It looks like we might have a focus on the law characters, which we haven't really had before. We have a Wingull flying here. I assume this might be a screen from the new game. So we can expect Wingull. And we've got this big mansion here. At least I think it's a mansion. I wonder if this might be our player character here. If it is, I highly suspect that we're getting our customization back from X and Y. I'll be very happy if we do. I'm wondering actually if this might be the region that was talked about with the strange souvenir. Because they don't name the region, and they don't say how far or close it is to Kalos. And I want to get back a bit. So there's the inside the Pokemon Center, I believe, or is that a shop? It's hard to tell. Oh no, we are getting customization back. That's our shop. Awesome. Because that is almost certainly the screening room where we got changed in X and Y. Really detailed buildings, but I can't really see too much with them. I think this might be part of this over here. And whatever this is, it's got a water theme. Because I believe that's a Spheal there. We've got Staryu. We've got I can't remember what it's called. It's the one that evolves into Lantern. Got a horsey fountain. And I think there was one more that I could see just make out on that. Yeah, I believe that's an Octillery up here. Another horsey here. I can't quite make out this one, unfortunately. And they're making new models. Let's get back there. It's very hard to get where I want this to be. Just slightly too far. Here we go. So flying type, that looks like it might be a hummingbird-based Pokemon. I don't think it's one we've seen before. It might be a variation of Fletchling, but I don't think it is. I think we're getting a hummingbird. We can see another model here. I'm sorry about this, it's just I don't have any real good way of doing this. So this looks like it's probably a new Pokemon. Can't quite tell what it is, but I don't know if it's that same bird one we saw before. It might be. This does look like a beak up here. Could possibly be an evolution to that bird one we saw. Who knows? So yeah, there's that.
PokeMon Sun and PokeMon Moon.
So yeah, we're skipping the usual third version, which I think is a smart move. I don't think it's really a thing to do anymore. And we've got Sun and Moon, so we're no longer on Kellers or Gemstones at all. I mean, the Gemstones you could at least consider Kellers. X and Y, you couldn't consider Kellers. They were their own thing. And it looks like we're continuing that pattern with Sun and Moon, just being its own unique thing. I will be very surprised if Solrock and Lunatone don't play some kind of role in this. And what's interesting is we don't have the mascots yet. We just have these logos. Up until yesterday, I thought for sure we're getting Pokemon Z. Just everything pointed to it. But yesterday, trademarks were found along with these logos. It was just the trademarks. It could have been anything. Pokemon Company, Nintendo, they trademark stuff all the time just to prevent squatters. But since they had the logos, it was 99% confirmed. Designs are certainly interesting for the logos.
Available worldwide in 9 languages.
So they are also adding both versions of Chinese into the games, so that's pretty cool.
As you saw in the video, the all-new Pokemon games, Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon, will be released on the Nintendo 3DS worldwide in 2016.
So this is anywhere from September to November.
Y, Omega Ruby, and Alpha Sapphire, players could choose to play in one of these 7 languages.
And here's what I was talking about. So we had these 7.
Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon, in order to allow for even more people to enjoy the games, we have added both traditional and simplified Chinese to the language options.
So we have both versions of Chinese.
Select from any of these 9 languages, right when they
And anyone can select from them, which is something that we have not had before. I don't believe before it was based on region.
Pokemon, players can overcome language barriers and interact with other players from around the world.
Now I'm going to skip ahead a bit because there's some interesting news later on. In fact, let's let him explain it first, and then...
Connectivity between the games has also evolved, from using the Game Boy link cable to wireless to communicating via the internet. Beginning with the Game Boy Advance games, we made it possible for you to take the Pokemon you caught and bring them over to the next generation of games, even if they were on different hardware. However, we were never able to solve the communication issues with the Game Boy, and it was not possible to bring Pokemon from the Game Boy games over to games on other hardware.
And here comes the most surprising announcement ever.
That the new digital distributions of Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow will take advantage of the online Pokemon storage service, Pokemon Bank. That way, you can bring them over to your Pokemon Sun or Pokemon Moon game.
Seriously, I was not expecting that at all. That is amazing. That we are able to bring over our Pokemon from the original games all the way over to Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, X, Y, and Sun and Moon. So yeah, I thought for sure it was limited only to the wireless communication, but obviously there's a lot more going on here. So I'm very curious to see what else happens. I don't think we're done with the Pokemon announcements quite yet. I highly suspect we're going to get the stadiums on the Virtual Console at some point, if only to get the Surfing Pikachu in Yellow. But that's pretty much it for the analysis, I believe. Unless there's something hidden in the background here, but I don't believe there is. So, yeah. I'm sure GameExplain will be doing a more in-depth analysis. I will, of course, be watching that, and I think you guys should too. So, this is it. This was my analysis. I will be doing my Yokai Day Friday later, just not quite yet, as I'm going out in a bit. As soon as I'm back, I will do that, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Bye.